Well, good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Wednesday, January 23rd. Technically, this is day 8 in the Big Brother house for the house guests. The house guests that are still there because one of them's gone. Whoa, to quote Joey. So, last night was episode 2, and then the feeds kicked off. I'm still trying to sort out everything from last night. I learned more this morning when I woke up. When I went to bed, I'd learned quite a bit, and it's like, what's going on? Okay, let me piece this together. Bear with me, and it's probably not 100% accurate. But we do know that Ryan won the head of household. We saw that last night. We know his initial nominations were Jonathan by default for winning, and then Tom and I gotta think. Oh, Anthony. So Anthony, Tom, and Jonathan were nominated. Now, it appears that they played a power of veto and Ricky won it. Okay? I don't even know if we'll see this. Like, maybe we will, maybe we won't. But it doesn't matter because Ricky didn't use it. Alright? If the house guest chatter is accurate, Ricky won the power veto. Ricky did not use the power veto. Alright? Now, according to the live feed leak Monday at 11 a.m. Big Brother time, assuming it was an actual live leak and wasn't pre-recorded, Anthony was there. He was getting dressed, getting on a suit and tie, said he was going in to do some retakes or something into the diary room. Oh, by the way, did you know there are 2 diary rooms? Who knew? There are 2 diary rooms this season. I may get to that before the end of this little drive. So, Anthony was getting dressed. But then when the feeds went live, we realized about half an hour in that we weren't seeing Anthony anywhere. And then Tamar gives a shout out to Anthony, implying that he's no longer in the house. And Tom's like, I didn't think we could talk about that. And Jonathan's like, well, they're seeing it. So it's like, whoa, he's not in the house. I did a whoa again. Well, he's not in the house. So I'll save you the rest of the trying to figure this crud out. I mean, there were several talks about why is this picture gray on the screen. And then apparently there's implications based on some of the chatter between the girls that maybe he was never a real player. We don't know. And we don't know if we're ever going to learn for sure what was going on. But he is not in the house anymore. Whether he self-evicted, was a plant and was never in the house, as a real player. He got nominated. So under whatever circumstances it was, Anthony left the house. And Ryan was forced to put up somebody else in his place. Shades of Big Brother 19 and Cody. Anthony then apparently put up Kandi, which is interesting because remember, Kandi was in theory in the original alliance he was a part of that we learned about last night. But Kandi also was kind of suspicious of Anthony. So I guess her suspicions paid off. Kandi, so according to what we learned in the feeds last night, Kandi and Tom and Jonathan were or are now nominated. All right. Then, and we don't know when this happened. I'm going to assume sometime yesterday or Monday. Then they played another power of veto competition. I just don't think they can show all this before Friday, so they may just pretend that the Ricky power veto competition never happened. Maybe we'll learn about that after people start getting evicted, if they talk. So They played another power veto, which apparently Kato won. So Kato won the power veto. And if what I understand is true, that power veto ceremony will be today. And Kato intends not to use the power veto. Oh, I'm sorry, no, sorry. Kato intends to use the power veto to save Tom. Which means Ryan's going to have to put someone else up. Now, I did not see if there was any talk about who Ryan would be putting up if Kato uses the power veto. But if the alliance that was shown last night is still solid, then Ryan would basically have only 3 people to pick from. Ricky, Dina, and Joey. Those are the 3 people that are not, quote, safe. Unless Ricky is safe because of his power veto from earlier. I don't think he is. I don't know. Ricky, Joey, and Dina are not in the alliance that we saw last night. And are still eligible. Kato will be safe because of his power veto. So, and Anthony obviously isn't there anymore to be on the block because he was on the block. And remember, it was a 6-person alliance. So it's a 6-person alliance. There's 5 people left in the house, or still in the house. Sorry, there's 5 people still in the house that are not in this alliance. And so, right, did I hit all the people? Now I got to think out loud to myself. Hold on. We got 6 people in an alliance. And Kato is not one of those people. So that's 1. Tom will be saved. So Tom will be off the block. Okay, there you go. So Tom will be saved by Kato. And that leaves 3 more people to get you to 5. Okay, that's it. Yep. Joey, Ricky, and Dina are the 3 likely replacement nominations. I have no idea. And it's totally possible that this alliance that we were shown last night on the TV show is not a legit alliance because goodness knows Kandi and Tamar seem to be totally on each other's nerves. Constantly battling, arguing. It seems that Tamar is much more the drama queen than Kandi is from what we've seen on the feeds. It's also totally possible that Kandi knows exactly what buttons to push on Tamar and she just does it by not agreeing with things that Tamar says. I watched the discussion Tamar and Kandi were having, and frankly it reminded me of the discussion that Scott and Colette had Saturday night about Tom and music. Neither Scott nor Colette listen to this, and I don't care if they do. But it was one of those conversations where they were arguing with each other over what didn't seem very consequential at all. But neither of them would give in to each other's point, and so they just both got very frustrated. And that's how I felt things went on Saturday at one point. Now, some would say, by the way, that's exactly what happened last season many, many times between Colette and I. So I am not, by any means, claiming to be innocent of these kind of arguments or discussions. But watching Tamar and Kandi go back and forth, it was just kind of like, really? You two are you're just intentionally arguing just because you like to fight and tick each other off. And Tamar is the more emotional fighter of the two. I'm sure we'll see a lot more of that until one of them is gone. And Tamar was the one saying, I just get my bag, I'll just leave. I didn't sign up for this. We'll see how that goes. That may also, again, be just her, blowing smoke and just making a stink to have drama. What else? Joey seems a little bit more entertaining than he did pre-show, pre-feeds. apparently likes to shower. It takes a long time. We did see Ryan go in the pool several times. Someone tweeted that he broke the pool. I don't know if the pool is broken or not. Or that the pool was broken. Not implying that he did it, but he did use the pool several times during the first night, or a couple different times. It is taking up the entire backyard. They do have a laundry service, so they aren't doing their own laundry. They have laundry bags in the storage room that they can put their stuff in. So there's that. I heard talk of a white noise machine. Don't know where that is. But that would be a machine that generates basically a big hissing noise to kind of drown out talking elsewhere in the house. I don't know where the white noise machine is, but someone said that Ryan had a white noise machine. I'm not sure if it's just Ryan or if it's a specific location, but talk of a white noise machine. Didn't really see the keyboard anywhere, didn't pay attention to it that closely, and didn't see anybody use it. What else? One of the ladies, either Kandi or Tamar, is afraid of ants in the backyard and doesn't like it. There was no talk of slop. Yeah, I don't know what else. I can't think of anything else right now. Just general first night feeds. They got cards. They played cards for the first half hour, 45 minutes. So, that's a way to keep game talk from happening. It eventually gets okay. Eventually game talk happened and they got into stuff. So, but it was at first we were like, come on, guys. I think that's about the gist of everything. There was other alliances talked about a little bit. Tom, I think, was talking to maybe Kandi some. I'm not sure of any kind of I don't know if there's a power player, if there's anyone with really big control. They are saying that the eviction is Friday. Tamar at one point said she can't wait for Friday. Friday can't come soon enough. Oh, there's 2 diary rooms. It may have been discovered after I went to bed last night, but I still am not sure where the second diary room is, just that it's upstairs. That's what Big Brother said. Big Brother will page the house guest and say, Ricky, please go to the diary room, the downstairs diary room. Natalie, please go to the upstairs diary room, or the diary room upstairs. So there's a second diary room. Location as of yet is unsure. It's a matter of where they're going to squeeze it in upstairs. There was limited, in the footprint we're aware of in the upstairs area, there really isn't much space. Now, there's a couple, I know of 3 different doors now, I think, that may lead to a diary room. We're assuming it's not off the head of household room. So when you go upstairs on the landing, all the way at the end, if you walk straight down the landing, there used to be, or may still be, a door right at the end of that landing that we assumed went into an access hallway, just straight ahead. Now, when you get to the end of the landing also, on the left side, near the end of the landing, is the door. It was a secret door at first. It was in a phone booth in Big Brother Over the Top, and then it revealed a door that they crawled through to get back into a secret room. And then that was used as the workout room in Celebrity Big Brother 1, and it is again a workout room this season. Now, the only thing is that when they go through that hallway, there are apparently 2 doors in that hallway. So when they're walking back towards the workout room, so kind of paralleling the head of household room, there's a door on the left, which I don't ever recall seeing before, and actually a window, a little built-in window, like for a camera. So I'm not sure that like there could be someone behind that wall, or there's there's a mirror there, and I'm not sure what that door is an access to. It's possible that is it to a. It would be. The problem is if that is the second diary room, it seems to be a very small space. And it also seems to be wedged between 2 rooms. And it would seem to me that it wouldn't necessarily be soundproof and hard to tell. But it could be that's where a diary room is tucked in. The other thing is that there's a door on the right. That door actually has an exit sign written above it. There's an actual, not a show, not an actual legal exit sign, like a big, one that lights up. It says exit right above it. I would assume that is access to, hallways that surround the house. So I would not think that is a way to get to a diary room. And it's possible that is actually a way to get to a second diary room. I'm sure by the end of the season we'll have it figured out, but for now that's what we know. Anything else I can come up with? Not really. I think that's plenty. As I said, we're day 8 in. Maybe we'll know more about Anthony today. People have said, did he make it he didn't make it 11 days. He made it, if he left on Monday, that was day 6. If he left yesterday early in the day, that was day 7. So he either made it 6 or 7 days. And it'll be interesting to find out if he was a plant or not. Now, remember, last season there were only 11 house guests. So the fact that he left before the first eviction actually gets the house back down to the same level as last season. So that's, that doesn't really mess things up too much, I would think. And again, there's a lot of speculation that this was intentional, that he was never really playing the game. Although it just seems so weird. I mean, several people have pointed out, he's been following us since, for over a year, a lot of us. What was his intention? Did he get in and decide he couldn't do it? Did he see, I'd like to do it, guys, but I've got commitments, so I need to get out of the house early? And they went along with it? I just don't know. Or did he say, I will not do live feeds? I'm not going to do 24/7 live feeds. But there's even, they didn't show it last night, the dog clip. I don't think I did it on here, but CBS has a clip up on their site about Anthony where he's talking about one of the former presidents in the earlier last century said, if you want a friend in Washington, get a dog. To which Tom Green quickly replied, Trump doesn't have a dog. I'm paraphrasing, and Tom did it better than I can ever, but it was funny, and I thought that would be shown on tonight's show, and it wasn't. And if Anthony is out the door, unless they show it tomorrow or tonight, because there is another episode tonight, before Anthony disappears, maybe they're not gonna reveal Anthony's gone until Friday, but the word's out. I mean, it is now out there. And it will hit the news cycle. The real news people will talk about it today, if it's not already being out there. Some of the TMZ will probably be having. I don't know if TMZ, whoever. Some places will start reporting it, and maybe we'll get a leak about what exactly is going on. Kind of doubt it, but I'm just thinking out loud. Maybe. Yeah, so there you go. That's my update for Wednesday, day 8. More updates as I hear about them. I don't know if I'll do another one of these or I'll just be tweeting them, but now you know what I know, and we'll figure out the rest as the day goes on. But right now, the house guests are mostly sleeping. They should be sleeping until... I suppose until Big Brother gets them up. So it could easily be 5 or 6 or 7 hours before we have any real action or life on the internet feeds. Don't forget to sign up for the feeds. If you haven't yet, you can always go sign up now and go back and watch the stuff that you've missed. And just do it through your favorite website. I would love it if it was BigBrotherGossip.com or via my links in Twitter or at free.BigBrotherLiveFeeds.com. Whatever works for you. That's it. I'm out of here, guys. Have a good one. Remember, you're welcome to ask me questions. I try to answer everybody's questions on Twitter. You can also email me at ilovereality@gmail.com. If you are watching the feeds and you see something that you think is sound clip worthy, like show opening. I grabbed a couple last night. May never get used. Tom said to Ryan that he needed to go to Cato, I think he says, I think I need to go to bed before I get into trouble. I mean, it was just a throwaway line, or before I say something stupid or something. It was just kind of a throwaway line. I thought, I'll grab it. And so I grabbed it. And Tamar said several things last night that I grabbed a couple. I grabbed the one where she said Friday can't come soon enough. I grabbed another clip where she said something, I didn't sign up for this, or something to that effect. I think Tamar is going to be a boatload of sound clip possibilities, so we'll just have to see. But that's, if you find those and they're really catchy, figure out what time it happened, and a pretty much exact time if possible, or close to it, within a minute or two, and which camera it was on if possible, and then let Scott know, or myself, and then we'll go back and take a look and see if we can, if it's usable for our feeds. For our opening, or just for just general show. If it's a long conversation that's show worthy, we'll grab it and discuss it on our show if it's something worth talking about. That's it. I'm out of here. 21 minutes today. Woohoo! You guys have a good one. And again, thank you to all my patrons. And I will give you a shout out yet this week. But for now, I got to get my butt to work. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.